What's up, guys? Shay here with Roof Republic, and I have the amazing Ashley here with me. Guys, we have some stuff to tell you. I mean, this girl has been through a lot. She has dominated this freaking industry. She's a bad bitch, she's a mom, and we just can't wait for you guys to hear more. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shingle Mingle. I have such a special guest here today. She is the queen of roofing. She is such a good friend of mine. I met her on, honestly, just networking. That's how we met. But everybody, This is Ashley. She owns Spartan Roofing.
Hi.
So Ashley, how did you get into roofing? Like, what made you even want to go into the roofing industry?
So I was not prepared to go into roofing ever. It was never a thought of mine. I was an aircraft mechanic for 15 years. I thought that was going to be my career forever. My husband was in the middle of jobs. He was working for his mom, and he was 40, and told me he couldn't work for his mom anymore. So I said, hey, you can make the money. You go figure out what you want to do with your life. We got this, no problem. He started working for a roofing contractor in the interim. So we realized very quickly that the industry can be a little bit shady.
Yeah.
Imagine that at times.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wasn't comfortable working for this guy. He really wasn't paying him, was doing a couple things that were not above board, and he was gonna just can the whole thing. And I said, no, you're not. We've learned way too much, because I helped him learn. I helped him do B&I, things like that, build websites. And I said, no, we're gonna start our own company. And he really didn't want to, but I came home with a DBA one day and built the company, LLC, all that stuff. And I said, hey, so I own Spartan Roof Co, and we have a roofing company now. So
I love it.
That's how, yep. And it was just like boots to the ground, right away.
That's a really cool, interesting story. So what did people say, like, whenever you told them, like, hey, I have a roofing company?
So females, almost 10 years ago, so it's a long time ago, females 10 years ago, that it was unheard of. There weren't females on roofs. There weren't females in this industry. So it was really tough. We didn't tell people really that I owned it. I was actually answering phones for Spartan. And I went through a really hard time. I was still a mechanic, and my husband, he was out in the field. And I would answer the phones when I was at work at United.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hello, thank you for calling Spartan. I'm like, who am I right now? And then I ended up leaving United, and my full-time job was, hi, thank you for calling Spartan. And I went through a really, really bad time. I did not really want to have the company. I didn't want any part of it. And one day, I just decided that I got to find what I love in this industry, because this is our baby, and I have to figure out what I love and really what I want to do. And I took the work truck, I took all the tools. I think Jason and I fired everybody, and I said, well, I'm going to be out in the field now, and I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years in, and here I am today, climbing roofs every day.
I love it. Did you ever sit there and question, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is the right thing, roofing,
Always.
What am I doing?
Always. I mean, it's just, I didn't really love it. And I know that most people, you don't totally love your job, but I just was like, why? Some days I just wake up and be like, why did I do this? Yeah. So I really had to find my why.
Yeah.
And Spartan is my baby. I feel like, we're a 5-star company with 570 reviews now, and it's because I treated it like my baby.
Yeah.
I said, okay, well, this is mine, my name's all over it. So, I hired my best friend. She's my project manager, and that's what I loved. We would drive all day. Some days we'd go on 20 calls, and it stinks because you're up from 8 o'clock, 8 in the morning till 8 at night. But that's what I loved,
yes.
And just meeting the customers. That's what I've kind of, that's what I've loved now. It's like going to a customer's house. They hug you sometimes. It's like these customers, you go visit them. You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
And sometimes they give you hugs. Sometimes they just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes they cry, especially during COVID. We saw that a lot. And that is what I love. And my why is, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for my boys. I'm doing this so I can, when I eventually decide to step away, won't be telling me 80, but when I'm ready to step away, I have something to give my boys. Yeah. And it's something that I built in our community that I feel like is a namesake that's going to be there, forever.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. So how is it because I know Angela is your project manager,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, she's freaking amazing.
She's amazing.
How is it, because I've had such bad,
Yeah.
I would say, experiences hiring friends,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, you know, things just don't work out, they don't respect you, they don't really treat you as like their boss. How is that? How do you guys like keep
We have
that
something
balance?
really special. So Angie does a good job of separating. Okay, this is the boss Ashley, and this is the way her attitude is, and this is my best friend Ashley,
Yeah.
and this is how her attitude is, which is stark differences. Because I don't cuss my employees or anything like that, but when I want something done, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done my way. This is what I want done. So don't like ask me questions, right? And then you have the sweet Ashley that's here for you and always, you know, is your ride or die, right? So Angie just loves me so much, I think, and it's something so special. Like her and I don't really have family, so she looks.
It's a sister bond.
It is, and she really looks up to me. I mean, I have pushed her and pushed her and pushed her, and she literally will not tell me no. She just wants. I think she really just wants to make me proud of her.
Aw.
You know, and there's bad days sometimes, but her and I never really have a day that's just like terrible. She would get mad at me for me getting on to her or something,
Yeah.
but we just like roll on to the next day.
I love that.
But it's something special. So it's like I've been through what you've been through.
Yeah.
Just why we don't have hardly anybody that works for us anymore. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
it's me, Jay, and Ange, and our
Yeah.
crew, and I mean our repair team as well. They're amazing. They've been with me 10 years too, but it's like so hard to trust people, and
agree.
then even when you do them right and you let them go, but maybe like you give them 2 weeks extra pay or something, they still know your business, and then you know they're gonna say things bad about you,
Yeah.
and it's a no-win situation,
Yeah.
basically.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know I've dealt with it, you know, since I started, you know, feeling underestimated, especially being pretty in this industry. Oh, especially, you know, they think you're even extra dumb because
Yeah.
you wear mascara or makeup.
Oh, yeah.
How have you overcome all those?
Man, you know, I'm gonna go back to, again, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
There's no girls doing this. You know, I'd be on the roof and people would drive by and be like, get off the roof.
Yeah.
My crew wouldn't talk to me. My husband Jason had to be like, hey, she's
Yeah.
the boss.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just like let her show up and just not speak to her. I would get people that would say, like even females in the industry that would judge me just for wearing shorts. I mean, like, I agree, like, we shouldn't be wearing, like, really low-cut tops. I don't want to take away our femininity.
Yes.
You know, we still have boobs, we still have butts. I mean, that's what makes
Yes.
us girls.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't want to ever take away that. But it's like, I'm not wearing long pants, you know,
I agree.
because it's hot as heck. We live in Houston. So I would have females in the industry say bad things about me, like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing shorts like that. You know, it's like, okay, it's really, really hot, or you shouldn't be wearing tank tops, you know, because I wear tank tops in my company name.
But yeah, I find it kind of silly because I feel like if you go on those roofs during summertime, you would know that you have to wear shorts.
Yeah, it's 140
You
degrees.
have to wear a
It's
tank
140,
top.
yeah. It's so hot up there.
I mean, it is so hot up there that I physically almost have passed out.
Yeah.
And people just want to sit there, run their mouth, judge us for, you know, wearing mascara or wearing shorts. How have you overcome, you know, those people who sit here and just underestimate you?
Well, I'm going to go back, like, again, 10 years ago. So there weren't females in this industry, really. There weren't, sure as heck weren't females on roofs. And, you know, you get judged because you're wearing shorts.
Mm-hmm.
You get judged because you're wearing tank tops. And I'm a firm believer in you can be beautiful and do this job. Like, you're very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, you do this job. I don't want to take away our femininity.
Yeah.
Like, we have boobs, we have butts. I mean, that's part of what makes us girls,
Yeah.
you know, and it's all of our curves are beautiful,
Yeah.
you know, so we shouldn't have to look like boys
I agree.
because we're in a male-dominated industry, right?
Yep.
So I feel like I would even get worse judgment from females,
Yep.
and they'd have something to say about what we're wearing. But I'm like, I'm not wearing jean shorts. You know, this is the way I look, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna own it. So for me, it's just like, I don't think I've overcome it. I'm just like, okay,
Still
this
with
is
it.
me. And in a time where I was like, we didn't want to tell people I owned the company because I was a girl, and I felt like I tried to hide a little bit more. You know, I'm like, hey, this is me, and this is how I'm gonna roll. I don't care what anybody says about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that because when I started Roof Republic, and I almost felt like I put myself in a turtle shell because if somebody knew, oh, it's a female company, it's not going to be good enough.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to know enough,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
So I feel like in this industry, we constantly have to prove ourselves every single
Every day.
Every
And
day.
it's still not enough.
Yeah.
People would call and ask for my husband.
Yeah.
They would say, no, I want to speak to your husband.
Yeah.
And my husband, he'll be the first one to tell you. He'll say, I don't even want to send the crew out there if there's a leak. My wife will be able to leak detect something better than any man out there.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's who I depend on. So it doesn't, I feel like, okay, so I'm 10 years in, I'm one of the highest rated roofing companies in this area. And even people in our industry, it doesn't matter how good we are.
Yeah.
They still won't give us credit because we're girls. And I just feel like it's very unfortunate. I've ripped roofs off, I put them on. I've done repairs. And very beautiful repairs, by the way. But and that one's not what I want to do now.
Yes.
I just do it to still say, hey, I'm legit and I can do it. But it doesn't matter how you try to prove, like, they laugh at you. And I feel like that is part of what I wasn't prepared for. And, getting my billboards cut down, it's like they got me every way. These guys would get me every way they could, get my Google page taken out, give me bad reviews. I've probably been hit in like every single angle.
Just the amount of haters out there just blows my mind. And the fact that they're doing it to a female is, I feel like you should, what man are you to just sit here and, first of all, cut your billboards down?
Yeah.
And tell me that story. So where did you find them?
So this is a good one. So we would get our signs. So when we first started Spartan, there wasn't very many people that did billboard advertising. And at the time, of course, our pockets weren't deep enough to do the ones in the air like we have now. So we had these 4x8 signs and we would cement them in. And so we had probably had, at one time, 20 something. All the way from Spring to Crosby and back around, Kingwood and Porter, 1960. So we would get them cut down here and there. We couldn't figure out who would do it. And one morning, I was on all my calls and I'm like, oh my God, they're all gone. Every single one of them, like 15 of them we got hit for. And so we kind of would put that on Facebook, just put it out there, see if somebody had or anybody had any information, right? So I get a phone call 3-4 months down the road and it was an anonymous person. They said, hey, I found your billboards. And I'm not going to say the name of the roofing company's name, but I almost did. But I'm not going to say the name of them because I don't do drama like that. But she told me that they were locked up behind their office.
All 15 of them?
All of them. Next to their dumpster.
Those ain't cheap either.
No, it got me for about 10 grand.
Yeah.
So it was, I get there with, it was me, Angie, and Stephanie. So that was my office manager. She worked for me at the time. So it was us girls, because I did not want my husband involved in this because he can get really mad. So I'm like, okay, you just stay behind. And 3 HPD officers. They were locked up and barbed wired. So it's not like somebody just could have dumped them there, right? Like they were purposely set there. They were spray painted. They were cut with chainsaws. I'm like, y'all have to be really, really, really mad to do this to somebody. And I've never had any interactions with this local roofing company. I just bid against them. I've never talked to any of them. I've never had any interactions before this.
So they had no reason to just took him down for the fucks of it.
Yeah, and with me, most people know me in this industry know that I kind of, I do my own thing. I don't talk about anybody. And of course I gossip with my girlfriends. Yeah. But I mind my own business. I'm too busy working.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to do. So if I have the time to talk about you, cut your signs on, do whatever, that's time I lost trying to get a job. So I'd prefer to be out there doing that. So it stopped after that. He wouldn't come out of his office. But
so you didn't get to see his face?
No.
Damn.
I know. So it's just, I wanted it to stop. But there were 2 other, I'm not gonna say other roofing companies either, but there were 2 other roofing company signs back there too.
Damn.
So while they were cutting my signs down, they cut theirs down at the same time because theirs were next to mine. Yes. So I called them and let them know too, and one of the companies ended up suing them. So, yeah. And then if my signs are up here, even to this day, so I know it's somebody else.
Yeah.
My signs up here in Spring in the Woodlands, they will last 1 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Somebody will say, Ash, hey, I see your sign. And they'll be like, hey, I'll come back home from work, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because speaking about signs, that last storm we just hit, so I live over here really close, and whenever that storm hit, I put 15-yard signs. We went out there, I want to say around midnight, just to put it on. Bro, I woke up, it wasn't even 8:30, I got back, they were all gone already. And in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then this guy drives by, he's like, get the fuck out of my hood. I'm like, bro, I live here.
This is my neighborhood.
I'm like,
and people don't understand that, competition is good. It's what holds us all accountable. There's enough, if you work hard there is enough work out there for everybody. I had the same thing happen in Kingwood. I roof houses every day. I deserve that.
Yeah.
I've been in business for a long time, and I work really hard, and we do great work. I deserve to do that in my community. I have built my business up in my community. Every yard sign for the last 2 weeks from my customers' yards have been stolen.
Yeah.
Roofs that I did.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? Like, how does this happen? Like, I did the roof. we're not even competing at this point. I just did the roof, and I want the people there to see that we did the roof, and we're proud of it. I just don't understand that mentality, because I've never done that. If there are people, you know it, I mean, you've called me and asked me questions, I'm right there to help you. Anytime somebody calls me in this industry and they're like, hey Ash, I need help with something, or what did you do when you encountered this? I'm an open book, and I love to help people in this industry, you know, and I don't understand the mind frame of people that are so nasty.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't understand either.
No.
I don't understand why people have to be greedy like that. And the fact that one of my yard signs was in my own house.
Yeah.
And the fact that it still got stolen, I sit there and I'm like, but why? I know it's just a yard sign, but like, why?
Yeah, it bothers you, and it eats at you that there are people, and plus people you don't know doing that to you.
Yes.
It's like, I think about that a lot too. I'm like, wow, like I don't even know who you are. You know, I don't know who these people are that do this stuff to me. And we probably never even met them.
Yeah.
You know, they're angered like by our mere existence.
Yeah.
And to me, that is a little scary. And to me, again, I think with our mindsets, like we just work hard, man.
Yeah.
Like we just work hard, and you know what? When you work hard, God always provides.
I agree, and at the end of the day, God's watching.
Yeah.
And if you do good, you get good. If you do bad, you know, it's coming your way.
Trust me, my husband and I several times have been like, oh man, like what we should do this, but then we're like, dude, like we're just not those people.
Yeah. Oh, I know, it's so hard because the fire in me's like, oh, you want to fuck around and find out, but then I'm like, oh, I'm still a business owner. I have to be good.
It's hard, and him and I were very aggressive, and we have those big personalities, and we are very protective of our families, and we're like, we don't like to get clowned, you know, but then you're like a business owner, and you're like, okay, like I cannot be that person. Get the inner ghetto out.
I know. It's hard, but... So, how do you deal with all of that hate and just stay focused?
Man, you know, over the years, I used to get so mad, and it would eat at me, like I would cry. And today, I laugh, because I'm like, I'm roofing houses every day, man.
Yeah.
I'm SRS's biggest customer in Humble. To be able to sit here and say that I am a supplier's biggest re-roofing customer, I'm like, you know, like, I mean, so who won? You know, I won, you know, in the end. And it's like every time that, you know, we go through, you know, droughts in roofing where other people aren't roofing, God provides, because I'm always roofing. Yeah. And people will tell you, they'll be like, how are these girls from Kingwood doing this? Like, they're just like, wow. And, you know, I'm like, I don't know, man, it's God. Like when our Google page got shut down for 8 months, and they think it was because it was a competitor just flagging my page for deceptive content over and over and over again.
Damn.
We got busier.
Damn.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm not knocking on door knocking or anything, but we don't door knock. We've never knocked a door. You know, all of our jobs have come from referrals, our signage, and our Google page. Our Google page was the biggest thing. So it was like, it scared me so bad, but we got busier. And it's just, and I'm not real religious, but you know, I believe in God, and I believe that, you know, that he like will look out for the people, you know, that are good and they do good things.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
I agree. I 1000% agree with that, you know, because there's some times where, you know, I have to learn to just sit and relax and just laugh.
Yeah.
If not, like, I gotta take my ass to church too, because God will calm me down. Because
that nasty, like, I feel like negativity, it'll eat you alive. Yeah. You know, it's like I had told you before, you know, that I would respond to things online. Yeah. Or put my 2 cents in. And I'm like, nobody cares, Ashley. Like, you know, you're getting so mad, and like, no matter what you say, whether it's wrong or it's right, or if you're in the right, they don't care. Yeah. So just keep your trap zipped. Yeah. And just, you know, put your head down and work hard, and everything, you know, everything will come.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So what does your typical day look like as a roofing mom, you know? How does that look like?
So these days are a lot different than they used to be. So my kids now are 17, and then I have a 21-year-old that's in the Navy. So these days are a whole lot easier. But
Are you an empty nester now?
Almost, yeah. So we do also have a 30-year-old daughter, so we're a blended family.
Yeah.
We have a 7-year-old grandbaby, and then we have a 2-year-old grandbaby as well.
You're like the hottest grandma ever.
You're so sweet. I do have the gray hair to prove it though. So
I love it.
But so our days are real different. I mean, I feel like I'm able to enjoy my kids a lot more now than I did. But man, people ask me all the time, like, what's that work-life mom balance? There isn't one.
Yeah.
Some days you're going to be a really awesome mom, but you're going to be a bad business owner and a bad friend and maybe a bad wife. You know, some days that, you're going to be vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're always going to, I feel like, fail at something.
Yeah.
And you just have to be okay knowing that you're not, superwoman, you're not like super mom, and that what you're doing, like everything you're doing is good enough.
Yeah.
And your kids will see that. I mean, my boys, and I used to have them out like with little flyers, and stuff, so I would include them and everything. But I think it's good for our kids to see us clawing our way to the top. I didn't think, when my boys were little, I was like, man, I felt so bad, because I'm like, I'm sorry, mom's working all the time, and you're with me all the time, in the truck, and I felt so bad, we weren't able to do as many things and have that one-on-one time where I'm still always on my phone at night. I mean, I'm on roofs all day, I do estimates all night, so I still have that. But my son, my oldest, it made me feel so good, because he's in the Navy now, and he's like, Mom, like, I tell all my friends that you're a badass.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh man, dude, that makes me feel so good. So, we missed out on some times, but I feel like, know that I sacrificed a lot, for them to have what we have today, and that what they're going to, gain when they're older, and they can have a part of this. Yeah.
I like that, because it's funny you said that, because I feel like I needed to hear
you're just
that.
a little too.
Because I'm struggling with that work-life balance, because I feel like all I'm doing is working and I'm not giving him enough time. And so I'm like, okay, I'll take you to Dave & Buster's tomorrow. And then an adjustment pops up. We're like, hey, she got her check. I got to go do a contract. And then I'm like dragging my kid with me. So I'm trying so hard not to feel like a piece of shit.
Well, but here's what they're going to remember too. They're going to remember that you were there at night, and you were there when they wake up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I had to be okay with. I mean, even when I was working at United, I was working shift work. It's kind of like the same thing. There were some days where I maybe spent, 2 hours with my kid a day, because, I picked him up, dropped him off at daycare, picked him up from daycare, and then we're doing it all over again the next day. So at least he's with you, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you can build those little memories still and have them. But I always feel like us as moms and wives and business owners, we feel like we're always failing at something.
Yes.
Especially
when the house is dirty and it's like, shit, dude, I gotta do that too.
Yes.
I can only do so much, but
Yeah, but we're good. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to do. I mean, we're not, like I said, we try to be superwomen. A lot of people think we are. When we think we're failing, other people think that we're superwomen.
Yeah, isn't that true? So how do you balance, like your life with the roofing and, going to the gym and actually making family time? Do you just like block days off completely?
No,
or how do you?
There's no balance, honestly. I mean, so with my appointments, I just kind of see where I fall at that day. Sometimes I'm going to the gym at 9, sometimes I'm going to the gym at 12, and I have to have multiple gym memberships. I'm like, okay, I'm in Atascocita, so I'm going here this day. I'm in Kingwood, I'm going here this day.
Yeah.
And at night, I feel like and like I said, my life's a little bit different now, because I have a 17-year-old that also has a job, so things are a little bit different. But with my husband, it's like, that's our time is in the evening. Even though I'll be on estimates, it's like sometimes I have to put my phone down for like an hour and just give him like my undivided attention. But like, I usually get home, at 5 or 6, and that's, at least I'm there with him.
Yeah.
And that's our time. But we do try to take a lot of vacations. I mean, I shut it down. That's a great thing about being a small company too.
Yeah,
like I can tell my crew, hey guys, I'm sorry, but go find somebody to work for this week, because, we're not working this week.
Yeah.
We're shutting it down. And so I feel very blessed to be able to do that.
Because you can, because he works for it.
Mm-hmm.
So what about your kids? Are they thinking about maybe wanting to get into Sparta? I know that one's in the Navy. What's he want to do?
So the oldest, the whole reason he's in the Navy is because he wants to be a part of the company. So when about 2 years ago, it was Mother's Day, and here's the thing about boys. So we expect them to be men at 18. And if they do not have a firm path, like, okay, I'm going to college or I'm going to trade school, they get so lost in this world and they end up just working at a restaurant and they don't feel they're good enough. And then time, like all of a sudden 2 years go by, 3 years go by, and they're struggling, they can't pay for anything, and they still don't know what they want to do. So 2 years ago, I was like, hey bro, so you're going to the Air Force or Navy and you're working on planes. So you're going tomorrow and dad's taking you, so you pick which one you want to go to.
So you told him.
Yeah, well, he wanted to work for me, and I'm like, no, man. Like, no, like, this is not given. You have to earn it. So you go make something yourself. Because also, if, you know, this industry topples on its head or he just decides he doesn't like it, I want him to have a trade, you know, that he can fall back on.
Agreed.
So he did very, very well. He told his, well, I guess all his little, I don't know if they're called sergeants or whatever, he's like, this is vacation. I lived with Ashley Smith most of my life. You know, so he did really, really good in boot camp, and he's still doing great out there. The 17-year-old's been going to college since he was in 9th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been in private school since he was in probably 6th grade. So he's been doing college classes and is on the president's list for Lone Star College. So his path's a little bit different.
You go, Mom.
He is money motivated.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, you feel like you're failing. Like I felt like I didn't do a good job a lot of times, but you'll find out. Like when they get older, you know, it's like you'll be like, oh, okay, I didn't do as bad as I thought I was doing. You know what I mean? But he is very money motivated. So I think he sees the money we make, and he's like, oh, I want a part of that. But he's really, really smart, so it's like he wants to get his 4-year degree and then be an officer in the military.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And then whether he does that or comes to work for Spartan, we'll see. But the oldest one, he definitely wants to be working with Mom.
That's awesome.
Every time he comes home, he's like, Mom, I just want to be with you. Like I
love that.
I want to learn everything roofing.
Whenever I got into roofing, my son was 2. And he was in the back of my car while I was door knocking.
Oh.
Yeah, I door knocked. I did everything with him in my car, and now he's 9. That boy can tell you all the decking. He can tell you which ribs vent is installed,
love it.
which shingle is installed, and it's crazy because I never taught that boy a single thing.
No, they pick it up.
Dude, his brain is just a sponge, and he knows everything about roofing, but I brought him with me, and that's all he knows. So I'm like, crossing my fingers, I'm like, please take over this company when you're old enough.
And you're like, hey baby, there's a lot of sales guys out there that can't tell you 3-tab versus architectural still.
Exactly. Isn't that wild?
Mine can even tell you the manufacturer.
I love that.
Like, so, I mean, whether it's GAF or Owens Corning from the ground.
Yeah.
Just because I'm kind of like, you know, they just absorb that with me.
Absolutely.
Isn't that cool?
I love it. I really do. So what was one of the most challenging moments in your business, and how did you get through it?
Man, I will honestly have to say that Google page going down.
Yeah, that one hurt. That hurt me for you when you texted me.
Oh my gosh,
that.
I was nervous, like just crying. It was pretty terrible. Angie and I, we went on, so I shut the company down. It was August of last year, and we come back, and it's August 29th, and she goes, Ashley, our Google page is gone. And I'm like, this has to be a mistake. We almost had to start from scratch. And I know whoever did this to us, that's what they wanted, because they know, like, everybody that knows Spartan, I mean, because we've been around for a long time, it's not like I'm anybody special, but we've been around for a long time. So everybody that has been in this roofing industry for a while, they know of Spartan, they know we don't have salespeople, they know we don't door knock. So everybody knows that's how we get our jobs. And plus, because when you have so many reviews, I mean, they do not like it, you know? And so, man, it was really punch in the gut. Yeah. And I just had to say, okay, God, take the wheel, because I'm gonna, like, I can't be like this depressed and like this upset every day. Like, I have to figure out how to keep going without our Google page.
Especially with all those reviews. I mean, I still struggle to get homeowners reviews.
You know what it is?
So it's like,
I should probably have like thousands. And you know, with Google's algorithms, we really should have thousands. I'll get 75 reviews taken away, just like boom, we'll get dropped back down to like 500 and we scrape our way back up to like 570, boom, 10 reviews go missing. And it's like, and mine are all real. So when we started also, there weren't these companies that existed that gave you free reviews. So my reviews were real reviews. You know, even my bad reviews, there wasn't companies that scrubbed your bad reviews off. They didn't exist back then, you know? So we've thought.
Wait, you said there's companies where you can
scrub reviews off.
I didn't know
that.
Okay.
So, you know, back 10 years ago, not a lot of people even had, you know, Google. We were a little bit further advanced, and that's not me. That was my husband. That's his whole, my husband is like the dreamer. My husband's like the innovator. He knew we needed a CRM. Everybody was writing estimates on like paper with pencil back then.
Yeah.
And so he just knew that, hey, we need a CRM. We need to be on Google. We need to be on Yelp. We need to have signage. We need to boom, boom, boom.
All the marketing.
Yeah, he was like, babe, we need to have jobs when there are no storms.
Yeah.
Like, we have to be a household name. And, he just kind of knew what to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's so awesome. I love how, so it's funny because, Nick and I work together.
Yeah.
We're not married yet, but it's in the process. Your girl's busy.
But it is very hard with a significant other.
So, but the thing is, a lot of people think that like we fight all the time because we're working together, but I barely even see him.
Yeah.
Like he's out in the field all day.
Yeah,
like I'm out doing my thing. We come, together at night for a few hours, and then we do it again tomorrow.
Yep.
There's no fighting. There's no hate. How is y'all's, relationship?
Man,
working
at
together?
first it was so hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard just because I had this job, and so I was in aircraft maintenance, but then I went into. It was almost like a coordinator position. So I flew to different stations and helped vendors repair our planes and made sure that they were getting all the parts that they need. So my job was pretty important that I had. I went from that to answering phones for Spartan. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, my career's gone. Like, what am I doing? Who am I right now? And I was in a really bad place. And then my husband, I don't really think liked what he was doing too much. So my husband was more white collar, and he's super smart. Like, he can learn anything. And I'm more of like hands-on, like our boat broke 2 years ago and I'm changing the alternator. And he's like, hey babe, how's it going? I'm like, good. He's like, do you need anything? Nope. Okay.
I love the balance.
Yeah. So we were in these two jobs, or probably he should be here and I should be here. And so that's when we switched, when I took the work truck, and all the tools, and he realized that that's what I was really good at. And I realized that Jason does like our marketing, our advertising, he's taught himself graphic arts, like he's brilliant. So once we kind of found out what we were good at, things got a lot better. But I have just a type A personality, and I'm a lot to deal with, to where he is more calm and just understanding and just wants me happy, to where I'm like, oh my God, like freaking out all the time. So
you guys are like the yin and yang, though.
We are, but it's hard. Like, I'm a lot to deal with, so bless
that Italian.
It is. It's the Italian in me, so bless his heart for dealing with me. But we're good today, but man, at first it was so hard. I was like, I cannot believe that we came out of this still together, but we love each other so much. I mean, we still do. I mean, him and I, we're like ride or dies. I mean, we're usually with each other all the time. So, and we trust each other, and we're loyal to each other, and that's so important. So like, when everything else is going crazy, at least when you're with somebody that's so loyal that you can trust, it's kind of like, okay, well, we need to figure out how to make this work. And I'm not saying that we don't have bad days. Some days, I mean, I'm a lot to deal with. So, we do have, some bad days. But
more good than bad.
Yeah, and like when you have this baby, I mean, and you feel that way with your company, that's your baby.
Yeah.
It's like, we built this baby together.
Yes.
Like, this is like our child. Like, there's no separating. Like, we're in this forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's
he's my biggest fan. Is Nick like your biggest fan?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I love that.
He is.
I come home and Jay's happy to see me. When I won Woman of the Year, he's like, oh my God, and he's like, showed everybody my trophy.
Yes, it's funny because he just had to go up to Austin because we're also building in Austin a lot, and he's
Check
like,
you out.
I don't like going because I can't see you all day, and I'm like, oh.
It's so awesome to have that. It really is, because a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
And you do see a lot of people, splitting up in our industry, like, or with partners maybe they shouldn't be with, or don't have a partner, that could help them. I know one of my old suppliers was like, man, if he had, not my suppliers, one of my reps, he used to have a roofing company. It was very successful. But him and his wife, like, wasn't like a big help to him, and he was like, if I would just have that person that could help me, like, I would still be in this industry.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we're so lucky that, you and I both have that.
Yes, we do. And we love it. I mean, Nick used to sell home security systems.
Wow.
So that boy can sell a sock to a homeless person.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he can talk. And you can talk. And you know, people
Gift to
think
gab.
that we have this, we sell roofs. Like, we don't really sell roofs. We just sit here and build relationships
I was just gonna say that.
with our customers. And then, we're going to a 4th of July party with one of our homeowners. They
I love
invite us
that.
to parties.
I love that.
He comes home with freaking cakes all the time. I'm like, oh my God.
I love it.
But, you know,
We're the
that's,
same way,
that's
yeah.
literally all it takes.
People buy from who they trust.
Yes.
You know, and it is about building relationships. Of course, I mean, we get to make a lot of money doing this, and it's
Yeah.
really, really awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, people ask me a lot too. I mean, you guys do very well. I mean, and we do very well too. And they ask like, what's your secret? Like, we just go to people's houses and like we're not selling them anything.
Yeah.
We just treat them like family. As
Yeah.
we just talk to them like they're our family.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Talk to them exactly.
Yeah.
So have you ever had to fire anybody?
Hell yeah. Lots of times. Lots of times.
Anything like crazy?
I mean, gosh, if I could really think, yeah, we probably had some like some rough ones. But I mean, we had a guy that took a customer's, impersonated us, you know, and took a customer's check and kept it, and we had to go roof that house for those people. I mean, he'd gone on to work for somebody else, but told somebody he was still working for us.
Oh.
Yeah, and so the people, they kind of like understood that it wasn't us, but at the end of the day, I felt like the right thing to do was to put the roof on, you know, for them.
Yeah.
You know, because he used my name even though he wasn't working for us anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, those kind of things stink, but again, that's why it's like I don't have salespeople, you know, like we're so lucky that our standard operating procedures are so good now that literally me, Angie, Jay, and our crew can literally do everything.
You guys are small, but you guys are mighty.
Yeah.
So, and
We
that's
do a
all
lot.
that
I mean,
matters.
people all the time are like, how do you guys do this amount of work with this few people? And I'm like, we do the exact same thing every single day.
Yeah.
It's just a new house.
Exactly.
I mean, we have everything down to where Angie follows a list and everything literally gets checked off that list, you know? So, because I don't like people in my business either, you know, and I think that's the hardest part, right?
it is hard.
When you hire people, it's
It
just
is
like,
hard.
and I think you're a lot like me. So when you bring people on, you treat them like family,
Oh yeah.
and then you
Throw
want to,
them leads.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you like, and you treat them like family, and you bring them to family functions, and you do all these things, and it's like they never appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. I mean, there's very few Angies out there.
Yes, I agree. Same with Hannah.
Yes.
So whenever
wanna
we
meet
got
her.
them, I know,
Yes.
we gotta hold on to them tight.
Yes.
All right, so what's one bold move that you have made that really has taken off? How's your office, by the way?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not there,
Yeah.
but it's there.
The
It looks
store's
good.
front.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Man, bold move. Honestly, I mean, putting the money into these billboards,
Yeah.
they're expensive.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they're very, very
Yeah.
pricey. I mean, I think that's very bold. There's very few roofing contractors that you're gonna see that have billboards over the highway.
Yeah.
And man, and it's right above my neighborhood.
Even better.
Yes. So I mean, I feel like that was pretty bold, and I feel like it's gonna, you know, pay off because it's a huge investment.
Exactly.
And I never thought I'd have them. You know, that's why we did our billboards that got, you know, cut down. But it's like now, like
Yeah.
after all the money we spent on those, it's like,
Yeah.
you know. But and it's a good feeling. You know, we put our crew lead on there.
I know.
And he's so cute. He's been with us for 5 years, and you know how rare it is for a crew to be like your crew
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
You know, and man, he was so cute. So right the day it goes up, we showed him it went up. So that night he goes and parks his truck and he's like videotaping it, seeing himself up there. Yeah, I feel like not a lot of people in our industry give their crews like the accolades, you know, that they deserve.
The feeling of importance.
Yes.
Like you matter.
Yeah, like
Yes.
without them, like we are literally nothing at
Yeah.
all. You know, so to be able to put him, I mean, I can't put the whole crew, that's a lot of people, but I mean, to be able to at least put him up there and let
Yes.
and him feel like that Spartan's my family.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really awesome.
Have you ever dealt with other companies trying to discredit you or throw shades at you just because you're doing something different?
Yeah. The whole time we've been in business, I feel like being a girl is something different.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've dealt with, and it's still coming.
Yeah.
So you've dealt with stuff, I mean, it's not going to stop. You know, it's not. And I mean, you would think also, like, having a husband that looked like mine as well, you know.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, if you're gonna mess around with somebody, why don't you say that shit to his face?
I know my husband's a beast, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the further along you get in business and the more successful that you are, these guys are stupid, but they're not. I mean, they're not totally stupid. So they know that you have a lot to lose. I mean, they know that you have a whole lot to lose.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, that they push the boundaries because they know you're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Because it's like, are we gonna risk doing something stupid?
Yeah.
No, because we don't want to lose our money.
Exactly.
We don't want to get sued at the end of the day. So it's just like, being a female, I think, is the hardest part of being a female-owned business in this industry, and you're just, it's just gonna keep coming. I mean, when I feel like, hey, all the bad stuff that could possibly happen to anybody has already happened to us, boom, here comes something else.
Something new.
It's like
something you didn't even freaking think of that somebody did it.
No. But now I'm just kind of like, okay, bring it, because, you know, God has us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's just a bump in the road that we have to deal with. You're just one of those fucking bumps.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to, and then just move on and then deal with the other bump whenever it gets there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that this industry is going to change in the future?
Oh yeah, it already has. So the insurance industry, really. So I saw this coming a long time ago, a very long time ago. You know, we were 90% insurance claims, 10% retail when we first started. And it was easy back then. You know, you could, you know, you make your test slopes, 10 to 12 infractions, weather, wind, or hail, not public adjuster, independent adjuster. The homeowner only has like a $2,000-$3,000 deductible. Win-win for everybody. The adjuster wants to approve it because they're making 15% of the claim. Easy peasy. Shake hands, get it approved, done, right? Fast forward to today. I haven't worked an insurance claim in probably 6 months now. And we're almost all retail, everything that we do. And I think it's a lot of things. You know, I think that adjusters want kickbacks now, you know, from roofers. So I feel like when and homeowners want their deductible taken care of, plus they want a kickback. So I think when you are trying to do the right thing.
And that pisses me off.
Yeah. So I think when you're doing the right thing, and their deductibles are like sky high.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when you're a roofer now that is trying to do things the right way, that it's gonna change.
Yeah.
Because I'm not giving adjusters kickbacks. You know, that's insurance fraud. Not eating deductibles, that's insurance fraud.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm not either. And here's the thing too: roofers, I feel like, have overstepped their boundaries a lot, to where, I mean, we've done it to ourselves. They don't feel like they need to send adjusters out anymore. Because we'll do everything for them.
Yeah.
We'll mark up the roof. We'll do repairability tests. I'm sorry, I'm not ripping a customer's roof open.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know? And so we've just gotten further and further and further away from claims. If somebody wants us to help with a claim, you know, like if they want us to meet the adjuster, we'll do it. But I'm not sitting there fighting anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, here's a PA, here's a law firm. I'm not doing it anymore.
I mean, nowadays they don't even prove anything whether it's legit or not at the first go around.
No.
It's everything is just getting denied because now they're just weeding out the homeowners that are actually gonna fight for it.
Because I think it was, the statistics are like 7 or 8 out of 10 homeowners are just gonna go away.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 or 3 might actually fight you.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're just gonna deny everything. So it's like, you know, I saw this coming a long time ago, and I didn't even want cash bids. I used to bid them high.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, I don't even want them. I want that insurance money.
Yeah.
It's so hard to make the insurance money now.
Yeah. Especially how long it takes.
Takes
It's
forever.
taking super long. Supplementation has even gotten to a joke.
So all the new companies that are against us, I'm like, y'all are way late to the game, man. I mean, we're lucky that we saved our money, you know, years ago from, you know, all the claim work that we did, because it is a different ballgame.
What do you think it's going to do if they make the licensing in Texas? Which I'm honestly hoping that they do. Do you think that's going to weed people out or what?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. So, I mean, I used to sit on the board at HARCA, you know, and this has always been an issue.
Yeah.
They keep saying, you know, over and over, hey, you know, well, this bill is, we're trying to get this bill passed. It gets denied every single time.
Yeah.
We're the lowest paid state for insurance. If we do get licensed, they're going to have to, you know, pay us more. So that's one thing, the reason why I don't think it's going to happen. Because these insurance companies, they put a lot of money in those politicians' pockets. They got way deeper pockets in the roofing industry.
Yeah.
So that's one reason I don't think it's going to go through, if by chance it does. I don't think everybody knows what comes with that. I mean, so most of our employees are immigrants. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody likes to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
But so how is that going to change the game? You know, if we have to go to all W-2 employees or something like that.
Yeah.
People
We'd
don't
all
think,
be fucked.
yeah, people don't think about, you know, what regulation can cause. I mean, Americans don't want to roof houses. You know, I mean, the immigrants that become Americans don't want to roof houses. They want to be the bosses.
Yeah.
So that's the situation we're in. So how's that going to change things? I mean, that's really going to change things. So we have to, I mean, of course, I wish there was some regulation because it would get rid of some of these bozos. You know, it's like you have people doing 2 roofs a month.
Yeah.
Go away. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I know that sounds bad, but it's like, let the people that do roofs every single day, like this is what we do, roof houses.
Yeah.
Like your little onesie twosies, you have another job.
Yes.
Go away.
Especially the ones where, because, you know, we are a strictly roofing company. We specialize in roofing. We're not a Home Depot trade where you got the painting, you got the guy doing the flooring, doing your roof. Those companies, to me, like, they should all be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, roofing is not just labor material to me. Dude, it's craftsmanship, for especially our metal roofs.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's hard.
Well, that's why you see general contractors, their roofs typically aren't very good.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to have, you know, a work, to have a crew, one crew. When you have one crew, you are putting out a consistent product every single day, every single week you're putting out the same product. And when you're doing several trades, you can't keep all those people busy all the time, not unless you're like a monstrosity, you know, like a like a 20, 30 million dollar company.
Yeah.
I mean, even the $1 million companies, they don't have enough work to keep all those crews busy. So they're picking up a roof here, picking up a roof there.
Yeah.
Well, where are they getting the crew?
Yep.
And that's one thing that I'm always telling, you know, my homeowners, hey, so my installers, they've been with me for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just picking guys up. Like, they do roofs the way I want them. I have hand trained them.
Exactly.
You know, so I just think, I mean, regulation sounds all good.
Yeah.
Do we need some of it? Do we need something? I mean, San Antonio, you have to get a city license, you know? So maybe they choose something like that. But then, okay, so if there's regulations, are we gonna have to pull permits for every single house?
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna change things.
Yeah.
You can't sign a contract and roof a house the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that anyways, but that's gonna hurt some people, you know? So I don't think that people really think about, like, they want regulation, but they don't know what also comes with that and everything. Yeah. I mean, the great thing for us is to get rid of some of the bozos.
Yeah.
But really, that's really the only thing.
Yep.
I mean, will customers have to, or insurance company has to pay us more? Probably. But man, I think retail's gonna say the same.
Yeah.
It's hard out there on those streets.
Yeah, it is.
Trust me.
Especially, it's hard for, you know, just to get somebody to pay their deductible, let alone a full-blown cash roof.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't typically have that problem, but the margins are so tiny to where it's like, you can't have a salesperson.
Yeah.
You better be the owner going out there and trying to get those jobs, because you're making hardly any money. You know, it's embarrassing what you do for retail.
You're getting it done, though, dude. You're getting
I used to tell people all the time, like, hey, I ain't getting on a roof for less than $6,000. Like, if it's not profiting $6,000, I'm not doing it. Yeah. Well, this girl changed her too. Yeah.
Doing your roofing every day, though.
Yeah, so. Yeah, every day during the week.
So, what is the craziest thing, like, you've seen on a roof? Because I'm just so curious. I'm gonna ask everybody this.
Angie and I, like, okay, people would tell us, I mean, we had a lot more energy, okay, when we were younger. We're getting old. I'm 42 and Angie's 60 now. And so we used to have a lot more fun and run around, you know, so much and do funny stuff on roofs. And people are like, you need a reality show, all the stuff that you guys do. We're just tired now, so we don't even, like, post anything anymore. So we're together and I go to climb a roof. Angie would always hold the ladder for me and make sure I was safe. So I'm up there taking pictures and I hear somebody hammering on a fence next door. And I'm like, I look over and I'm like, please tell me that man is wearing beige colored shorts, because he is naked hammering that fence. And I am like, please God. And so I look at him like, oh no, he's naked. He is naked, old man, just fixing his fence. And I'm looking at it like there's a sign that says nudists welcome.
Oh, yeah. Snap.
Yes. And I go down to look at Angie and I'm like, Angie, I'm like, this guy's naked up here. And she's like, oh my God. So she comes up and she climbs up and she's like, oh my God. And he looks over and sees us. And I'm like, hey man, sorry. So I'm invading your privacy. I'm not offended. I just need to take some pictures and I'll get out of here. And he has like a sarong hanging and grabs the sarong and like wraps it around. And I'm so embarrassed. And I come down there and I'm like, oh my God. And we got out of there.
That's funny.
Yes, we've had like funny, and that's like in our community in Kenwood. It's pretty
That's funny.
So
I will say, I did knock on a door one time, and he opened in a full white, like thong looking underwear with socks like up to here. And I'm like, dude, if you're dressed like that, don't even open the door.
He might have thought Nick was coming.
Probably.
Well, because I had so my husband is very handsome, especially when he was younger.
Yeah.
Was way, way handsome. So girls that knew who we were, they would think my husband was showing up. And I had a girl one time that showed up in like a see-through nightie.
Shut up.
Yes. And I'm like, no, honey.
Oh.
thought wrong.
Yeah.
It's me.
Absolutely not. No. So what is one thing you wish that every homeowner would know about roofing?
Man, I wish that they would know that roofing was unlicensed.
Yeah.
Because everybody's so surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And if they knew roofing was unlicensed and knew that you could just get a DBA, and you literally don't even have to have a DBA,
mm-hmm.
but you can just roof somebody's house,
mm-hmm.
that they would spend more time researching who they're calling out to their house.
Yeah.
Because I tell every homeowner, like, okay, I can't win every job, but can you please just find another company that has hundreds of 5-star reviews and that has been around for a long time and that knows that what they're doing and doesn't have anything bad out there, and they're in the community. Because also I do a lot of nonprofit work in our community. Yeah. So, or I'm a part of nonprofits, like on committees and on boards, things like that, so, and give back to them. So it's like, that's who you want at your house.
Yeah.
You don't want like the people that are from out of town that
Joe
just like
Schmo.
Yes. So if maybe they knew
different zip code too, or not zip code, different area code on his truck.
Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, if I'm out in the Woodlands trying to get a job, does somebody from the Woodlands deserve a job that's in that community, does stuff for the community over me? Yes, they do. That's why, like, when I'm in Kingwood, I'm like, no, I deserve that. Yeah. I've earned that over all these years. So I feel like if more customers had to do their research and they knew that it wasn't a licensed trade, that it would kind of be a different ballgame. So I wish that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ashley, thank you so much for joining me.
I enjoyed it.
I really appreciate it. And guys, if you don't follow her social or her company, I think she's amazing. I think everything she's doing is amazing. One day I hope and grow up to be just like
so
you.
Sweet. You got this, girl. You already did.
So make sure you subscribe and you follow our socials just so you can be in contact and stay in touch.